Well, hello, my friends. How you doing again? It's Tommy, man. Talking with Tommy. Hope everybody's been good. Been real busy. Back on here now with some new content. And if you guys heard, there's no Epstein files. There's no list. There's no files. It's done. It's over. There was never anything to see here. It was all a big lie and a big conspiracy. That's what it was. It was never real. Ghislaine Maxwell, she's in jail on, I don't know what the charges would be now. I really don't. I think originally they were trafficking, but if there's no client list and there's nobody trafficking, then why is she in jail? Who are they trying to cover up for? Now you've got MAGAs out here calling for the resignation of Pam Bondi. All of a sudden, Trump's not in charge anymore. No, he's not in charge anymore, according to them. There's somebody else now controlling him and making him not release the Epstein files. That's right, you heard it right. Trump's not in charge. There's somebody else controlling him and making him not release the Epstein files. But now there is no Epstein files. So which one was it? Was it all a lie from the get-go just to tell their base more bullshit like they've been doing for the past 10 years now? Just feeding them more lies to get them riled up? And then all of a sudden, you build up this big theory. You build this big platform like Steve Bannon and Alex Jones, who have basically built their platforms on these Republican lies. But then, once you build this plot for this movie, the climax comes, and it's like The Sopranos. You're expecting this big thing to happen, and all of a sudden the light goes off. There's nothing. You're just sitting there, wondering, what just happened? Did my TV just break? Or is this really the end of everything I've been waiting for all these years just to happen? Now, there may be other people on that list other than Trump, and there is other people. I'm talking about, and I say that, not there may be. I'm talking about in the sense of just as powerful as him. You know, up there in other countries, other world leaders, things of that sort is what I'm talking about. But you're going to sit here now after all these years of telling people that you're going to release the Epstein files, and now all of a sudden there are no Epstein files, there is no client list, there's nothing to see here. And anybody with an IQ temperature over the room temperature, they would know that. They would fucking know that anybody with a fucking pea-sized brain could figure out there's a conspiracy going on here. There's a lie. That the way it's looking, we may find out 30, 40 years down the road some truths of the situation at hand here. I still to this day believe that Jeffrey Epstein was an agent of the Mossad. I think that's why when Jeffrey Epstein got caught down in Florida, he got a smack on the wrist basically because the government knew exactly who he was involved with and what he was doing. Do I believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? No, fuck no. I don't believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Why would a guy who had tapes and evidence on so many people that could easily just nothing, he could easily drop all these people at a dime, decide just to kill himself? Is Jeffrey Epstein even dead? Is the question. Is he even dead? Or was he moved out in the middle of the night by the Mossad, and our government was told to give us the story that Epstein killed himself, and that was it. There are reports that came out at the beginning that died in the media real quick of people who were at that prison saying they saw Jeffrey Epstein being wheeled out in a wheelchair that night. So that's for you to decide. I think this shit goes real deep. Real deep. I think there's a lot of big time players involved, as well as Donald Trump. But I think the main reason that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are not going to release this stuff is because they know Trump is all over it. They just know he's all over it. And when they tried to redact it and they went back, nothing would have made sense without putting Trump's name there. That's why it wasn't. And I believe, that's what's going on. It's a conspiracy. And it's aiding and abetting on the part of the Attorney General, in my opinion, if she knows that she's got evidence to prove that Donald Trump is involved in many of these cases with underage girls. That's just my 2 cents on it. I'm glad to be back here, guys. It's great to be back. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back later today. I've got a couple other things to talk to you guys about. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Bye.